Okay. Oh. Woo. Hey. If you're like me and you celebrate December by enjoying pagan traditions, and you recognize that we are living in a culture that is dominated by Christian theology, then we bring you the alternative, and that is a fun December based on folk traditions, including the mighty Krampus from Austria/Germany/Eastern Europe. And we will have a full history lesson on it today from Krampus Society and Matt as well from Wits End. So welcome to the show. Every Sunday we're here on the Corpsepaint Show. Hey, quick heads up before we jump into the show. This Wednesday, you guys drinking liquid now? This Wednesday at Gas Monkey Live, Fabio Frizzi is playing the live score to The Beyond Fulci film, and we'll be screening the film. Gas Monkey will be screening the film, and he'll be playing the live score. If you want free tickets to this event, email me at stiltdemon@gmail.com. Stiltdemon@gmail.com. And I'll make sure you get a pair of free tickets. Just send me an email. All right, we're proud to have Spooky Dan Walker with us on this show, as well as the Dallas representatives of Krampus Society and the host location for the Krampus Walk in Dallas, which is now an annual tradition for many years. And it all kicks off at Wits End. So while we connect with Spooky Dan, man, let me say hi to Matt. I'm just so glad you're back on the show. It's been a long time since you've been here, man. And
it was it was like your second or third show, I think, ever.
I think it was in 2016.
Yeah, it was a while back.
We started this show in 2016, at the end of 2016, man. So like three-year anniversary now. So.
Wow, that's awesome. Fantastic.
Isn't that something?
That's awesome.
So, and all the episodes are brilliant. And they're all archived on our YouTube channel, which is, just find us, Corpsepaint Show on YouTube. You can watch them all. They're all great. They're all great. Including Matt's original episode.
Well, yeah, it was a train wreck, but
no. So, what we'll be talking about is kind of the history of Krampus, but also what we're doing in Dallas for Krampus. But we really want to give some time to Spooky Dan Walker, the director of this badass Krampus movie.
My favorite movie of all time when it comes to Krampus.
Dan, grab this and tell us a little about why you love this movie.
So I tell you what, Spooky Dan Walker is an absolutely, he's an amazingly talented director and writer. You've probably seen a lot of the stuff that he's done. I'll definitely let him talk about it when he comes on. I'm sure he will have no problem with talking about the different things that he's been a part of. But he had reached out to Krampus Society, actually him and a partner, John, who's up in New York, and I think Spooky's out of L.A., It was at Texas Frightmare Weekend on a Sunday 6 years ago, I believe.
Oh,
that's whenever he started really shopping this around. And I gotta tell you, it's my favorite Krampus movie, hands down. Yeah. I'm not going to give it away, but Dan has a lot of class and a lot of balls. And just the way this is put together, it just sings to me. It really does. He doesn't try too hard to make it a period piece or anything like that. And really, how can you make it a period piece? I mean, who really knows? We can go to YouTube, we can see what they do over in Europe, and that's awesome, but this isn't Europe, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So he definitely has his own specific spin on it.
Yeah.
The fact that his name is Dan and I'm Dan as well, I mean, that has nothing to do with it, although we all know that Dan's probably the best name ever. I mean, Matt's right there,
I am going to have to ask you to refrain from hitting the desk so hard.
What's that?
Oh, he just said don't slam on the desk.
Oh, my apologies.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a slammer.
Well, the mic picks it up real strong.
Gotcha. My apologies.
No
So
worries,
anyway,
man.
Spooky Dan Walker did a dynamite job. If you have not seen Sleigh Bells, you absolutely have to. I've got a couple of really cool questions for him that he and I talked about before.
But we can say there's plenty of gore.
Tons of gore. There are actors that you would recognize.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you watch TV shows. You know, in the early '90s, you know, late '80s. There's some and a couple of movie stars that you would recognize as well. Definitely some gore. There's humor involved, and humor is actually funny. It's a little bit of slapstick, but it's not out of place slapstick.
And a body count. And you don't have to tell me the number. I'm just saying there's a body count in it, and topless women. So
there is indeed. There is indeed.
Topless women.
Spooky Dan. We want to bring you on our video call, so come on and talk to us, Spooky Dan. Spooky Dan is based in L.A.
He is indeed.
And I tried to get with him when I was out there 3 weeks ago, but it just didn't happen. He was busy, and I was busy. But no problem, man. In spirit, Spooky Dan, you're in Dallas right now because this is our week. This is our week of Krampus.
Indeed. That's right.
We have
Krampus night is the 5th, but our event is going to be on the 7th because a lot of kids have school on Friday morning, you know?
You got it.
We have a spooky
Are you aiming to change the Krampus date forever?
Oh, hey there. I can hear you. I can barely hear you, Spooky.
Hey, Dan.
Yay! Hey!
Spooky Dan, what did you want us to change the Krampus date?
No, I'm asking if that's what you're doing with Krampus Society, like making new rules.
No. We're just doing the Krampus Walk on a Saturday.
Yeah, we do it when we want to. Of course we are, Dan.
I love it. I love it.
We're going to do it on Valentine's Day next year. You guys down for that?
Yeah.
Dan, done. Mark it in your books.
You know, I know you're joking, but we've talked so much about doing Easter events, Valentine's, anything that we could add horror year-round.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Events.
I'm always down for that.
Well, we tried our hand at an evil Easter Bunny walk, and it didn't work out too well. People were really twisted.
People did get a little upset at that.
I accidentally wore the bunny costume backwards, and my tail looked like my nuts.
Oh.
Had bunny nuts.
You lost a bet and had to wear it that way.
No. There was no bet.
Hey,
happen to have it lying around?
Do you have it lying around?
I do indeed. Okay. I do indeed. It's in one of my bags of costumes.
All right.
Look, my Pocahontas dress.
Just a quick heads up, Spooky Dan.
I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Our wonderful partner is Pippy Paranormal, and she is here today monitoring the chat room. So please submit on live Facebook your chat, your comments, your questions, and maybe whatever you want to say or ask of Spooky Dan, Sleigh Bells, and our motley crew here in the studio. So, hi, Pippy. You look good.
Hello. Yes, and our first and foremost comment has been Don Edward Talley says, "Evening from Baltimore, Satan rules."
Yes, hi, Don. And you know what? You know what else rules? The Ravens. They kicked some ass today. So, shout out to Don in Baltimore.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, back to Sleigh Bells. Now, I was impressed, Spooky Dan, that you had Darren Lynn Bozeman hoofing this for you, right, for producing the movie.
Yeah, I've worked a bunch with him on the couple of musicals that he's done, and when it came time to do my movie, I basically, I don't want to say I blackmailed him, but I kind of blackmailed him and said, everybody already affiliates the two of us together, so you have to work on this.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, man, as soon as you got the money, I'm in. And I said, dude, I literally just went to the bank and we deposited the first bit of money so we could make the movie. And he's like, wait, nobody gets the money. How did you do that?
Oh.
Like, he just says yeah to everything, but we're actually friends, so
good.
It was a long time coming. I was very excited. He was he's in the movie. He has a little tiny cameo in the movie as the tow truck driver.
Well, I'm trying to remember now. Okay, I've watched this a few times over the last week, and is this when they take the van? They take the van away?
Yeah, that he's the guy driving the truck.
And can you tell us who plays the Krampus?
So Krampus is played by a guy named Joel. Joel Ezra Hebner. But here's what's so awesome: the guy who plays Krampus is the cover of Call of Duty from like 3 years ago. So when any of us think of Call of Duty, there's the guy with the cool pose. It's that one. They had, while we were in post-production, LA had the big E3 video game expo, and they wrapped the entire convention center with this guy's poster. It was like it was like humongous. It was so cool. But yeah, he's done a bunch of creature work, and he's just this like big hunky dude, and he kicks ass in the movie. And it's, you know, you guys have seen it, so you know it's more comedy and not scary. And he's definitely playing for the humor on a lot of it. We definitely have fun with this.
Yeah,
it's so good. It was so good. Absolutely.
Love it. It's a great film.
The Americanized Krampus. I like it a lot. So in the first part of the movie, you see these hot girls having fun with lots of people, and then just finding their urban adventure to go explore. And then they run across Barry Bostwick. Now, everyone knows who that is.
Santa, goddammit.
Yes! He's Santa in Sleigh Bells, a Krampus movie.
Yeah. He does an awesome job.
You can watch this right now on Prime, video on demand, or head over to Amazon and just order a copy, or wherever Spooky Dan says you should order it from.
Yeah, you can get it on Amazon. That's probably the easiest way. There's a Black Friday sale at the Epic website, Epic Pictures. So, but yeah, go to Amazon. It's the simplest way. It's there on Prime for free.
Yes.
Spooky, who's that behind you there, mister?
I believe over here is Krampus. There's the head we used in the movie. With some battle damage. He's missing part of one of his horns.
How many masks did you actually have?
I'm sorry, what was that?
How many costumes did you have for the movie?
We had one suit and about 3 of these heads. So there was an action head and then a full, more animatronic head, and then this one's more of just like the mask for when he's running around and stuff.
Fantastic, I love it. So what do I got to do to get my hands on that mask there, Bubba?
I'm glad he said the mask.
Actually, speaking of which, now, Jay, am I talking too much? Shall I maintain low tones over here?
No.
All right, perfect. So, Spooky, I don't know how much of the movie you want to give away, but what would you say is the coolest part about your Krampus?
Well, as a humongous Rocky Horror fan, for me, the coolest part was getting to work with Barry Bostwick.
Yep.
So that is just a personal thing. Mm-hmm. But as far as, you know, making movies is always hard. It's always difficult. And you hear everybody talk about the ups and the downs. And at the end of the day, I like seeing it with an audience. Like, we had a screening in Dallas last year right about this time, just before your festival. And it played like gangbusters. We had a sold-out crowd that was, like, laughing at all the right places and all excited. And it's just so... It's one of those movies that's like a good audience film.
Yeah, definitely.
That has to be the best.
Enjoyable whether you're high or not high. I mean,
hey, well, you know what? If I were in Colorado, I might be, you know.
Why Colorado?
I don't know. Because I like trout.
Okay.
You know? I mean, you get to, you know. I mean, come on.
Spooky Dan, so you're pleased with the finished product and a critical reception from people who love horror?
You know, it's kind of funny. Of all the reviews, I've got, you know, of course, ups and downs with reviews, but almost every review, even the ones that hated it, like, I hated this movie, but boy, I loved the girls, or I hated this movie, but Krampus was awesome. Yeah. Every one of the reviews that have come out, I could use a quote from. And actually, I should be doing that this week and putting the little videos out so people are reminded that there's this cool movie that's happening. That people, you know, it came out last year, but we were out in December. I don't remember what we came out, December something, right after, well, I guess it was after your weekend it came out. So it only really had that life of about 3.5 weeks for people to discover it. And so now this year, I'm finding a lot more people are discovering it and digging it and starting to talk about it, which is really the exciting part.
A full discovery, and during Krampus Week, actual Krampus Day for the movie as well. So look, December 5th is International Krampus Day. Do yourself a favor and find this movie and watch it.
Yeah.
Sleigh Bells.
Krampus Society, we shared it the other day, I think, whenever it officially went on the Black Friday special or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, Krampus Society 100% back.
How hard would it be to screen it at the walk?
I don't know about that, but actually, I believe, Jay, didn't you and Dan have a discussion about a movie project coming up or like a showing coming up?
Yeah. So our big event coming up is called Merry Christless to keep our theme going here, because we are tired of the oppression that traditional religions put on us in the month of December. We want to hear our own music and enjoy our own scary Spooky Dan type films. That said,
there you go.
We are going to screen Sleigh Bells at Merry Christmas, December 14th at Gas Monkey Live. Now, Spooky Dan, just for the record, it will probably be done with subtitles, and we'll have it on all the screens.
Don't mean to interrupt, but I
go
have
ahead.
a few people here wanting to say hello to all of you. I've got Danny Bliss and Chris Sloan. All of them is saying, "What is up?"
What's up,
Hi.
Chris? What's up,
Danny?
Steve?
Hey.
Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Spooky Dan, we're going to screen it at our cool event. So if you can get a cheap ticket flying to Dallas, we'll take care of you, man. I'd love to have you here.
You
That
know,
would be
people
awesome.
love
They
spooky.
did a screening last night at the Idaho Krampus Con, which kicked off yesterday, and the big event's next weekend, like yours. So it's getting out there, you know.
Man, I love it.
You know what's kind of awesome is the fact that the Krampus Societies, Los Angeles aside, the Krampus Society and the other Krampus communities are all friends, and they're all going after the same cool thing, is making fun, scary events happen, you know, around this time of the year. And it's really been cool watching all the different things, the events that are popping up, like more and more every year. Like, Dan, when we first met, there were probably, like 3 or 4 big events in America, and now there's probably 50.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think there was one in Indianapolis, Indiana. There was one in L.A. and I think one other one. But yeah,
There's up in New England. There's one in New England.
Yeah,
There's
New
one
England
in
came like
London
a year
going
after we
on.
did, I think.
New
or something.
Orleans. They're all over the place.
Yeah, I tell you, Krampus is awesome. You know, obviously it was just a matter of time before everybody did something. There's actually additional Krampus groups here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that are starting to pop up, which I think is fantastic. You
Really?
know,
That's cool.
everyone has their own spin on things. We kind of have our take on it. You know, there's really no right or wrong way to do anything. You know, and there certainly are some folks out there that are very traditionalist, and if you don't do it a certain way, then you're a horrible person. I say fuck yourself. You know, and I mean that lightly. You know, seriously, do what you want to do. If you have a very specific way you want to do things, awesome. Fucking do it.
The most exciting thing to me was 6 years ago when we started this. It was like, so we're doing a Krampus walk. People were like, what's Krampus? We're like, well, okay, let me explain it.
Yeah.
But now I can't go on social media anywhere without being inundated with images of Krampus, with books, cookies, ornaments.
Yep.
I mean, it is just taken off. We have Funko Pop making different types of Krampus dolls now. It is amazing to see how this has happened.
It's a ton of fun, man.
Look, Rob, you're right. I remember when this first started. Matt, you remember too. I mean, we would have to set aside 6 minutes with every person to explain the history of this mythological creature.
Every once in a while, I'll still run into somebody who's never heard of it. And I'm like, well, just think about Santa, but the anti-Santa.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they're like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, where do you think the coal came from?
What do you think?
You know what's great is if you think about for the last, 50 years, maybe 40 years, it's been kind of the same Christmas imagery. We have Frosty, we have Rudolph, we have Santa, we have Coca-Cola Santa. We've had the same ones for so long that even if you're not into horror, it's just cool to have something new.
Right.
And for it to, like, I don't know, I saw someone wearing Krampus socks yesterday, and like you said, the Funko Pops, and it's a matter of time before every Target has their Krampus section at Christmas.
That's
right
right.
next to their candy canes and Rudolphs.
Yep.
That's anti-culture becoming pop culture.
Yes.
It should.
And it always
I know it, but it's better than the norm.
It usually always cycles that way. It just takes some time. Hey, Spooky Dan, we want to say for the record, our Krampus Walk in Dallas is on the 7th. It is hosted by the owner-operator of Wits End is right here. It's Wits End in Deep Ellum, the entertainment capital of Texas.
Absolutely.
And Wits End has been a wonderful host for years for this event.
Without question.
There it is right there.
Boom.
Okay. Now,
and I have to say, as an outsider who went last year, this was one of the coolest, biggest events. It was amazing walking around in our costumes, past random people like having their, first Tinder date.
Do you do those in public?
Krampuses walk by and monsters and everybody's like ringing their bells and having a great time. It was a really cool moment.
Look, and let's just say it's sponsored by Dan's Haunted House, Deadly Sins Burlesque, and the Corpsepaint Show and Wits End. Do I have them all? Okay.
I tried to reach out to Butt Plugs for Vegans, but they had no comment.
They were busy.
They were busy
okay.
doing vegan stuff.
Vegan stuff.
I don't know what they were doing or what they were using, but the name of the company, Butt Plugs for Vegans, they were preoccupied.
Hey, Spooky Dan, when you watch this episode later, I'm holding up a Krampus comic book, too.
All right, which Krampus comic book is it?
I think that has four. Yeah. That has
That's
four
number
or
3
five different issues, I believe, doesn't it?
I think so. Yeah, 4 or 5 issues. This is.
I've got 3 of them, I believe.
And on the back is this handy
All
user's
right,
guide to the Secret
4.
Society of Santa Clauses.
Go
That's
ahead.
awesome.
Go ahead.
I have a question on here, and I've been waiting for the right moment to go ahead and ask. Samuel would like to know from you, Spooky Dan, are your eyebrows natural or are they tattooed?
I'm so
They are neither.
I
They're
mean, makeup.
blonde,
Sorry,
and so
makeup
I
or
shave them
tattoo.
off and paint them back on.
Nice. Well, there you
And
go, Samuel.
you want more makeup tips? Can we make this a beauty guru thing?
Yes.
Oh my God,
Corpsepaint
yes,
over there and the
absolutely.
Krampus skin regimens, you know.
Now, that's what Pippy Paranormal...
You're talking Pippy's language now.
That's right. Yeah, she's our show assistant / co-host, and she is also a professional makeup artist at Ulta in Dallas. You guys need makeup, you go see her.
We know a lot of the same people.
That's awesome.
We do.
I've been learning a lot
sure I
about
don't.
makeup in the last 6 months, and as a dude who's worn makeup for 20 years, it's amazing how things have changed, and it's amazing
For the
what
better.
things
Yeah.
Ulta offers, and this does go to the horror community as well. But like what CVS has is such a different world than the world of makeup that is over at Ulta and at the effects shops to
That is
really make
correct.
things different now.
Now, yeah, and Spooky Dan, Pippy told me last week there's a lot of guy makeup in Ulta. You want guy liner or anything like that, right, Pippy?
Yes, yeah, you can. Sorry, you can get pretty much anything in the realm of fashion makeup. I got one of my
Look at that
palettes.
face. So-
I got one of
Engineer.
my palettes strictly for special effects makeup. But aside from like blood and latex, you can get anything you need there.
You can make blood all day long.
Yeah, you can make blood. You don't
Well,
even.
That's easy.
Okay. All right. So on that note, Rob works at Stiltbeast Studios. I think Jason, our wonderful engineer, I sent you a Stiltbeast Studios FB page or something about them. There was a whole bunch of cool Krampus masks in that picture.
We make a lot of Krampus masks, Krampus costumes. We make right now we're tooled up for a mainly Christmas production. Evil elves, frost, snowmen. That's a bunch of elves I just made last week.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And there's Alan.
And that's Alan.
And there's you.
Big Pumpkin Thunder right there.
Big Pumpkin Thunder, that's a perfect name.
That's Alan. Alan actually owns Stiltbeast Studios. He's been making masks and costumes for over 30 years. I've been working with him for past 3. And I just have a great time. And right now we are tooled up just making elves and Krampuses left and right. Full fur suits in stilts, whatever you want. We got it.
Hey, International Krampus Day is the best day of December. It's December 5th. That's Thursday of this week, guys. That's
indeed.
this week. So, hey, Spooky Dan,
Might have to take off
how
work.
will you spend your December 5?
Well, I think there's an event going on downtown that I'll probably dress up and go out to. The big Krampus, there's a band called Krampstein that I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with.
Absolutely.
They're a Rammstein Krampus cover band.
Yes.
And
Yes, sir.
they're amazing. And they sold out so fast this year I didn't get tickets. I know
Are you going to the LA Krampus ball?
Friend of mine. We're going to go. It didn't happen. But we'll go back to the masks a second. How expensive are those? Are those...
It depends on how much detail you want. We can do everything from a half mask to a full mask, but generally let's start about 200. And we can go.
Wow,
and
that's
they can
totally
be more
reasonable. Wow,
expensive.
that's awesome, guys. Those are really cool.
We also do LEDs, lights in them, and things like that. It just depends what you want, fully customizable. Point in fact, last week we had a Krampus camp where we had a bunch of pre-made molds, hair and horns. People came in, paid to be a part of the class. They chose their horns, they painted their masks at whatever color they wanted, they haired them however they wanted to do it, and we taught them how to do all that. So it's a
Hey,
lot of
Dan
fun.
Baker, Haunted Dan.
What's up?
So can you go to You Rich Money Friends and fund a movie called Krampus Camp? Because I don't know what it is, but it sounds
Krampus
awesome. and I
Camp.
think we
Let's
need
see
to
if the
make this.
domains. Let's see if the domain's available. Absolutely.
Okay, well, look.
He's looking up now.
And also,
Krampus Camp. where you get all the local kids. It'll be like Meatballs, but they'll all be making scary stuff.
I love it.
Each other.
I love
Yes.
this. I love
Look,
this.
I can see Spooky Dan's brain working, and he wants to buy some of your masks for his next film.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we'll customize them to
Armies of
however you want.
elves.
Whatever
Those
you
are
want.
like the bad camp, and then the Krampuses are the good camp, or I don't know.
That sounds awesome.
We'll work it out.
It sounds like the wrong time of band camp.
Hey, Spooky Dan, you know what? We should just show the trailer now. Are you cool with that?
That'd be awesome.
Let's make sure our engineer's on board because I'm always like out of line. So the trailer for Sleigh Bells. Did I even send it to you this week?
You did.
All right. Good.
And even if you didn't, I can always poach it from last week. So
Right.
you know, I take care of you over here.
Yeah.
Again,
I do what
I
can.
can't
Jason
say
Stark
enough
on the
positive
board.
things about this movie.
Love it.
I really love it. It's got something for everybody.
Yeah.
It just really does.
I
Spooky
find
Dan,
it
you're awesome.
Yes, I find this movie extremely 3D. You know what I'm talking about.
Just kind of swinging around.
No idea what you mean
no.
by
Oh,
that.
come on, Spooky. That's my favorite part of your Krampus, Bubba.
All right, we're ready. This is Sleigh Bells by Spooky Dan Walker and produced by Darren Lynn Bozeman.
It's Christmas Eve, and we're on our way to what might be the most exciting urban exploring adventure, and you never know what dirty things will come your way. I dare you to eat this. What the hell do we do now?
My property, and I'm Santa. And that thing out there, that is no animal.
And I'm the Tooth Fairy.
I'm Santa, and that's Krampus! The devil of Christmas!
Okay, what is going on?
We have to save the world from that monster out there. I do think we made Santa's naughty list. One, two, three, Krampus!
This week is Krampus week. Yeah. Go see a good Krampus movie like Sleigh Bells. These are
Have you guys
Southern
seen other
bells
Krampus movies this year?
who may or may not get slayed.
Yeah, there's
What's
quite
that?
a few, actually.
What's that, Spooky?
Are there new ones this year that you guys have liked?
Krampus movies?
A Christmas Horror Story has a Krampus segment in it, but it's not my favorite, but I do like the design.
haven't seen anything new. The last
Nothing
thing
new.
I've
There's
seen-
nothing new.
I haven't seen anything this year.
Yeah, I haven't either. Not this year. There was like a handful of stuff over the last few years, but this year I hadn't seen it. I was just curious if you guys had come across. I do like A Christmas Horror Story. That was pretty
Well,
cool,
that's
and I
the
thought
one
a
that
really
matters, so-
clever way to make Krampus look.
Yeah, it was a fun design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only one that matters. I mean, there may be other ones, but
What's
you
the
know,
one with
they're not
William
sleigh bells.
Shatner? That's not the same one, is it?
What?
No,
Yeah.
no.
That is the same
the one in Christmas
Maybe
Horror Story?
Yeah, that's Christmas Horse.
Maybe
That
not.
is a Christmas Horror Story. Okay.
He's like the wraparound.
Actually, that is good. That is a good film. Yeah. And so, of course, any Rocky Horror Picture Show fans, pick up this film. Barry Bostwick is in it. We know you are completists, and so you need to see this one, too. Spooky Dan, it's
Yeah.
always great to talk to you, man. So, and then Saturday, so we basically celebrate Krampus all day because it's Krampus Walk in Dallas, and a lot of interest, a lot of photographers, a lot of people just kind of watching, but then a lot of people participating, and again, right in the heart of the entertainment capital of Texas, and that's Wits End.
Absolute.
On
Wits End
Elm
is
Street.
Krampus Central for sure. Wits End has been nothing but amazing. Thank you again for the last 6 years.
Oh, thank you guys, man. It's always such a fun event.
Yeah. Oh, man.
We love doing stuff like that.
It's a total blast. What we'll probably end up doing, I don't know if it's too soon. You may start talking about the event or
Talk about it.
Perfect. So
All
what we're going to
right.
do, so Wits End, I don't remember the address off the top of my head, but it's their numbers, and there's a very specific name of a street.
That's
And
27
in that location.
It's 2724
resides Wits End.
Elm.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I remembered everything except for, I didn't remember any of it, to be honest with you, so my apologies. So Wits End, it's at the corner of 2 streets right there, and it's awesome. We'll start at around 6. We'll start filtering in, you know, and they've got the best staff out of any place in Dallas. They're all fantastic. Absolutely. I know Stefan's going to be there. He's Absolutely. A rock star.
Yes, he is.
I can't remember everybody's name right now, so please forgive me. But for years,
we got Steven Jeter. He's our general manager.
Steven.
Chelsea is our assistant GM. Then we've got
Chelsea.
I'm going to forget somebody. I know that, but let's go with.
They'll remind you.
We've got. I'm sure they will. We've got Whitney, Rodney, Tracy. Of course, Sean.
Nacho
is will be there. I know I'm forgetting people. We got Glenn, Denny. She'll kill me if I don't say Denny. She's been there the longest.
Stefan,
of course. And others.
Yeah,
and
absolutely,
others.
man. Yeah. No, we don't have to list everyone. The point is, come out to Wits End on Saturday.
Roughly 6 o'clock is. I'll definitely be in the area earlier.
Yeah.
But here's kind of the game plan. 6 o'clock. Is when people can start falling into Wits. You know, definitely spend your money there for sure. 7:30, the world famous Ed Steele of Ed Steele Photography. He has been the official photographer of Krampus Society ever since the beginning, and his photos get posted all over the web and in print all over the world.
We are
He'll
very
be there
grateful
at 7:30. So the way we're going to do this, if you have a Krampus costume. Okay, then we want you to be part of the photo that happens roughly 7:30-ish.
Sure.
Right, so try to get there early. Now, when the walk starts, it'll start at 8 sharp. The good thing about Deep Ellum, the sidewalks are very wide. Right, so the entire route is going to be on the sidewalks, which actually ends up working out better for everyone because it's kind of a busy area anyway. We already have the route put up. Andrea McDaniel did a phenomenal job. Thanks, Andrea.
Great flyer.
Yeah, great flyer. And then Andrew Wyman, he did this really awesome Krampus, caricature that we put up there. So on Krampus Society's Facebook page, I think our Twitter and Insta Chops or whatever the hell they call it, all you kids and your freaking
social media outlets.
You know.
Hey.
You know, I mean, I'm still rocking MySpace. Look. So go to Krampus MySpace and tell me what you find.
Hey, can we emphasize here?
Wow.
Hey, guess what, Spooky Dan? This event is free.
100% free. 100% free. Every year we have a ton
I think it's all ages.
It is. Every year we have a ton of folks that come there to line the streets just to watch the parade.
Yeah.
We'll have a lot of details about the walk if you want to participate in the walk. And, we're not going to restrict you to wearing specifically Krampus gear. If you want to come dressed as something else, fine.
Deadpool Santas have made an appearance.
Do your thing.
Like a sexy elf or something like that.
Sure. I mean, one year we had
like a sexy elf?
somebody showed up as what was it, Deadpool?
Yeah, it was Santa Deadpool.
Yeah, we had a Deadpool, and we're like, hey, come on, have fun with us. So that's the part of our walk that sometimes rubs people the wrong way, but that's okay. So come out, have a blast. The route is already posted. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Join in the parade with us. We'll start at Wits End at 8. We'll end at Wits End after it's all done, and kind of dance the night away. So.
And plenty of places to eat around there, too.
Oh, my gosh. Absolutely. All the food down there is great.
So Pippy has some input from the chat room.
I have Maria Perry asking, was it shot at the closed Santa's Village? I'm guessing for the...
For sleigh bells. It's Santa's Village.
Yeah, it was. It was out here in about 2 hours away from Los Angeles is this weird amusement park that opened the week before Disneyland opened, and it's an all Christmas year-round amusement park that survived until around 92 or 93, and then it closed down and it was abandoned for a long time when we walked in, and since we shot there, they've reopened it. It's now called like Adventureline, Zipline, something or other. But they still have a lot of the Christmas buildings, and they still do Christmas events. But I really was hoping to do one of our screenings at Santa's Village, just because it'd be fun to be there. But it's so cold that I don't want to sit inside for 2 hours.
Hey, Spooky Dan, we actually have an audience member today, and it's his birthday. His name is also Jay. And so, hey, Jay, happy birthday to you, man.
Happy birthday, Jay.
Jay.
I love people who have birthdays right close to Krampus Day.
Heck yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Makes it easier for us to remember when your birthday is.
Hey, Spooky Dan, we're doing a little bit of a cultural lesson now. We're going to pop up some pictures of Santa from various countries. Can you stick with us while we walk through this? Cool.
That'd be awesome.
All right, cool. So, Pippy, I have a little list for you there, and it's on that card, and they're numbered 1 through 12. And so you're going to tell us the name while Jason pops up these various Santas from different countries. I hope you can read it. That first one is from Germany, I think.
Sinterklaas.
Yeah. So, of course, there's Sinterklaas.
That's from the Netherlands.
Oh, Netherlands. Okay. So if you've seen the Dutch movie Saint, big shout out. I love that film. This guy makes an appearance. That's Sinterklaas from the Netherlands. So we'll jump to number 2. Okay. Yeah. What's that one, Pippy?
Wijknatsman. Wijknatsman.
Yeah.
Wijknats.
What country?
Like Natsman. Germany.
Yeah, Germany. All right. So very similar to Santa. Wears a long robe. He's not necessarily a fat guy, but yeah.
That robe's very forgiving.
How do you pronounce it one more time?
Why would you do that?
Wijknatsman. The Wijknatsman.
It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. I heard truck nuts, man.
Truck nut. All right. So look, this one is this the one from Greece or no?
Yes.
All
This
right.
is Agio Vasilis. Thanks.
Yeah.
Please, nobody quote me.
That's Santa in Greece. That dude right there.
Looks like the Batushka album cover.
It looks like Batushka album cover. Batushka from Poland, but this is a Greece thing. It looks very similar though. All right, Pippy, number 4. All right, Dan, this is you.
Was it Hotiosho?
Hotiosho.
Buddhist monk who acts like Father Christmas. Interesting. While in Japan, I never got that. So, but that's cool. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of a Buddhist monk Father Christmas combo.
Well, now that I'm officially Buddhist on paper, which is different than being a non-paper Buddhist, right? So now that I'm Buddhist on paper, I'm gonna have to really get into this and try to figure it out.
Some people think he has eyes in the back of his head.
Ah, well, there you go. That's fantastic.
All right, Buddha.
That's awesome.
Hotiosho.
Ah, yeah, Hotiosho.
Hotiosho.
Domo arigato.
All right, what country is this, Pippy?
Japan.
No,
That's
next one.
Oh wait, this one. I'm sorry. I was looking down. I was looking down at the one we were still talking about. I need to look up. I'm
This
sorry.
one is
Romania.
Yeah, Romania. Yeah.
And this
cool.
is, if I'm correct, Moskresian.
Moskresian.
He looks
Romanian.
like he's come off a bender.
That sounds like the name of a fighter. I'm like,
he's got puke all over his.
Yeah.
Oh
No,
my
he just
God.
went down a chimney or
we're
something.
gonna we're gonna stay with that's puke.
No, he's partying.
All right, man. So he's got
he
these.
went to
he's
Dallas
like-
Krampus Walk 2016.
Yeah.
All right, that's
sure we-
Romanian
I mean,
Santa.
his
We had a-
balls
we
are
had
all dirty.
Krelvis-
Look at
we had
that.
Look at
Krelvis
dirty
there
balls.
that year. I don't know if you remember Krelvis.
That
or
one
not.
looks like a skull.
It does a little bit.
Dude dressed up as Elvis with a Krampus mask on. That was interesting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's move
that's not
on.
happening again.
Spooky Dan is waiting on us. All right.
That's fancy.
That's awesome.
This is a scene from the movie Frozen 2.
Jesus,
No,
will you
I'm
send
just
that to
kidding.
me? I'm gonna make that costume.
Now, who is this one, Pippy?
This
That
one
is
is from
fantastic.
Siberia. It is Ded Moroz, and that is for Father Frost.
Dead Moros is the Russian.
I'm in love with this.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
the Russian
That is
Santa dude.
fantastic.
And look at those horns,
Dude.
man.
He looks like an awesome boss on some really cool video game that you kids play.
He looks like Christmas Attila the Hun.
Or the evil chick on Power Rangers.
Hey,
It
does.
looks like Gandalf and Genghis Khan
It kind of does.
combined together.
Yes, Gandalf.
By our powers, we unite.
That's
I see.
awesome.
What is it? What is it? Just a staff he's
God,
holding?
that
It's not
is
really a
fucking
weapon, is it?
gorgeous. Look
No,
at
it's
that
a
robe.
beautiful staff.
Yeah, it'd be cool if it was carved out
You,
of
could,
ice.
you
wouldn't it?
definitely could.
All right, so Papa
Papa
Noel.
Noel. I'm
From
assuming
Spain.
It's Papa Noel.
Papa Noel.
And so he's very similar, right? So we have,
Judgmental fat man. Yeah, that's
with
similar.
a big sack. All right, so this is refresh
Cagatillo.
from what country?
From northern Spain.
All right, so in
Interesting.
Catalonia, the piece of wood, you have to give it presents the whole month of December, and then it poops out a gift for you. I'm not kidding. This is their tradition.
Wait, no, they have to beat it for the
So
gift
you
to
tell
come
me
out,
that I
right?
have to? I'm gonna have a new favorite tradition now, huh? Sticks that poop.
It is a
Sign me
piece
up.
of wood that poops. Yes.
That's awesome.
Now this
I mean,
is
I've heard
in,
of wood doing.
It seems
Hey,
a bit
wood
nutty.
gives you stuff. I didn't know poop.
gives you stuff.
That's good.
All right. So, yes,
That
I'm not kidding. Tell me the name of it again, Pippy. This is
Cockatiel.
Tio. Yeah, these are called Tios, and it's in Catalonia, which
How
is
do we do
northeastern
it with,
Spain.
so let me ask you this. Will Wits End sponsor a log pooping event?
Yeah, let's bring it on.
Perfect.
Yeah. Upstairs only.
Upstairs
Yeah.
only.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, that's like a glorified upper decker.
Yep.
So, that's Tio from northern Spain. All right, next one, Pippy.
It's wonderful.
Let's just defend all the
Hungary, we have Carasong Apo.
Garçon à pot.
All right.
Carcassonne, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's looking like a wise guy wearing a robe, and yeah,
That's fantastic.
he's carrying a tree or something. But
Great job on finding these, man. A lot of these I haven't seen.
so yeah, that one is. What country was that again? Romania,
Wasn't it?
It's Hungary.
Hungary.
Oh, Hungary.
Hungary. All right.
That's why he's
Like
skinny.
me.
The Budapest Santa.
From Italy, we have Babbo Natali.
That looks
Baba,
like Dan's grandmother.
Babbo Natali.
Is that my grandmother?
Look at this though. Look at this. He's carrying bread. He's got a basket of bread. He's wearing a dress and has like a torch or something.
Yeah, it looks like a
torch.
tiki torch.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Central. That's what I was thinking. They must have a shit ton of mosquitoes over there.
And his hat is kind of not really a traditional American Santa hat.
It's a lady gardener hat.
That's cool. Hey, man. It's all good.
Hey, Spooky Dan, are you learning with us?
I am. This is a lot of stuff I've never seen. This is fascinating.
I feel that's Mrs. Claus. I really do.
Is it? I don't know.
What else you got, Pippy? We're ready for the next one.
All right, this one we have from Finland. It's Jalopuki.
Got a poopy.
Why is he giving that eye side eye?
Okay, now in Finland, all the children now see the rabbit down there. Matt, is that one of yours?
No,
Okay. All
definitely
right.
not.
So in Finland, all the children know that Santa lives way up in the northern part of Finland, which actually is part of the Arctic Circle, and it's pretty much unreachable. But he wears blue, and walks with a staff, and then he's carrying his sled with a tree. And then animals help him apparently.
Squirrel.
Everyone. Yeah.
Rabbit.
I used to chase those all the time.
Used to.
Was that the last one? Nope. Okay.
No, we have from France, Pere Noel.
Pere Noel, and he's going to fix your shoe.
Yes, he is. They are cobblers.
fancy shoe.
Cobblers 364 days of the year, and Saint Nick one day.
See, I thought that children in a lot of European countries had to put a shoe out on the front porch.
Yes, with straw, and if you were a good kid,
Yeah.
Saint Nick would take the straw and feed the reindeer. And if you
But
were
that
a
ain't
bad
a children's shoe, so
No.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
I don't know. My kid's 10, and he wears size 12 adult men, so it's possible.
It's possible.
kid, who's his dad?
The milkman.
What else you got, Pippy?
Okay, I'm digging this guy.
Kanakaloka from the Pacific Islands.
This guy's a
Damn right.
party animal.
Yeah,
What does
look at
Santa do? He's
partying.
hanging 10, man.
Yeah, he's partying with the girls out on the
Yeah,
waves.
he's chasing ass in a canoe.
Chasing ass in the
And that has worked out how often in history?
He's literally ho-ho-hoing.
Come on, man. He's working down the Christmas wave. All right.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was so cool, man.
It was educational.
That was part one. I think next week we'll do part two.
You know, what's funny about Japan, because I spent many Christmases in Japan, KFC's a massive thing over there. You got like they take the colonel, they put a hat on him, they put a robe, and everybody goes and gets a bucket of original recipe, and you act
A
like
holiday thing, or you mean anytime?
Christmas. No,
Oh.
it's really big. KFC is like the big thing.
Yeah.
Over in Japan for Christmas. Yeah.
No, we just learned it was Hotyosho.
Listen.
The
I
Buddha
mean,
guy.
I'm only half Japanese, so
Okay.
can you tell?
I can. It's your left half.
Well, what's the inner half? The inner half is.
We know which part.
Yeah.
Gotcha. The part we
Oh, is
can't
that
see.
what it is?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have to
We're
lie
just
about the
kidding,
size
man.
of my kid's shoe. So.
Oh, come on.
Aw.
Oh, no. There's no infighting here. Come on.
Oh, that was a joke.
We're not
All right.
fighting.
I love Rob.
You've never seen us fight.
Hey, Spooky Dan, sorry about that. It was a little breakaway segment.
No, I'm curious. maybe you could call a picture of this up at the last minute, but there was no Black Peter in there.
Well,
it's
specifically
very intentionally avoided in our movie, but that's a weird one.
Yeah, that's in Holland. So in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands, right? So Sinterklaas has the Black Peter, but in recent years, Spooky Dan, there's been objections to it for being racist. So yeah, I avoided it in that picture files. In those picture files.
Now, what was it? 3 years ago, we had a couple Black Peters show up to the Krampus Walk, but they were dressed more like birds. That they felt they could do that and get away with it. People have asked me many times.
More creature.
Do you want
That's cool.
Yeah. Do you want to smart say Pete? And I'm like, well, you take.
I do.
All that falls into your own recognizance. If you want to risk that.
Yeah, the thing with the walk,
it.
I mean, Krampus Society, we're there. Wits End, is the start and stop. I mean, you have to use judgment, guys, because when you're out there, you're on your own. You know what I mean? We have a route that we're going to do. It's no different than kind of a Santa rampage. Where hey, the Krampus group is going to walk from here to here to here to here to here, and here's our stopping point. You are on your own for what you wear, what you do. We're not blocking traffic, anything like that. I guess it's as good as time as any to really talk about that. But if you want to be over the top, just goofy with something like that, you're literally on your own. So
I mean, you can walk with us, but doesn't mean we don't we do not accept any responsibility for the decisions you make while at the Krampus.
Yeah, Krampus Society, we love Krampus. We're huge fans of it. This is the way that we like to celebrate it. People really tend to dig it. We'll do it until people decide not to show up, and we'll still do it. We started with
3 of us out there,
with 3 of us, in an ice storm. And it's grown to be just massive. Again,
I remember that it was in Denton, and there was only 3 of you, and it was an ice storm.
It was,
and that's how it started.
We just walking in a circle.
Yep, and we didn't even have full costumes.
No, I had on jeans and just a fur shirt and a mask.
I think I wore socks. I'm not 100% sure. I think that was the sock night. It fell on. Yes, it was the sock night. So I was wearing socks.
3 of them
with your sandals.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So that's all he had on. Were 3 socks.
That's right, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, so again, just as a disclaimer, Krampus Society, we have the route, we have the venue, Wits End. Great, of course, Wits End has their own rules. You have to respect the place, respect Dallas, respect the people that are around. We'll talk a lot about that on the on the event page, and then also as we get there, I'll have some announcements before we actually start walking. But again, you have to use good judgment. Everybody is on their own, there's that.
There it is.
This is not a license to be a total knucklehead at all, because if something happens and you do something silly, it's 100% on you. Krampus Society does not have bail money, nor do we know who you are.
Look,
is that a horrible thing to say?
Hold on. Let's go back to that, Jason, and we're going to scroll down a little bit and talk about that flyer that Dan mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
so again, I think it's on this one. Is it?
I think if you go in the discussion section.
So again, sponsored by Deadly Sins Burlesque and Sideshow and the Corpsepaint Show and Wits End and Krampus Society.
Yep. And Dan's Haunted House. Dan's Haunted House is moving to a new location in 2020.
Oh, I heard you say that.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Here's what I think is exciting. Dan's Haunted House, Krampus Society, and Deadly Sins all started 2013.
Yeah.
All 3 started and came up together.
Okay. Oh, wow, that's cool. That's right.
And I just think it's amazing that
there we go.
We're still, all of us are still running and doing our thing.
We're going to scroll up just a tiny bit so we can see the sponsors at the bottom.
Yeah, Andrew did that Krampus character, which is awesome. Andrew Wyman, he's a phenomenal graphic artist.
Shout out, Drew.
Andrea did that amazing route down there. Andrea's an amazing graphic artist as well. Shout out Andrea McDaniel. Then of course you've got Krampus Society, DHH Dance Haunted House, and then Corpsepaint Show.
I think 2013, is about the year that Matt took over Wits End too.
It was 2012.
All right.
Just the year.
Close enough.
Yeah,
good.
Real quick, I have Steven Scott saying, "Hey guys," and "Hey Rob."
Hey Steven, how you doing, man?
Yeah, man.
I like what you're doing with your costume. It looks great. I've seen the photos; they're fantastic. Can't wait.
I
to see
like
it
that Rob likes what you're doing with your costume. He tells me it looks awesome.
Spooky Dan.
Yeah,
I'm just.
So I know you mentioned Krampstein. Now,
Krampstein.
Hey, Pippy, do you remember last week when we had Grace here in the studio? she actually is going to L.A. She's going to California and bought tickets a long time ago for Krampstein.
I remember.
She's out there for that big festival. One of our other friends here is flying out your direction, man, to see that.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yes.
Have you guys ever seen video of their show?
Have not.
I think I have, but it's been a while.
It's so amazing. They have full suits, head to toe, fur. They play industrial music. They make it snow on stage. They throw cookies out into the audience.
Oh.
It's like such a big event. And they do it at like the Alpine Village, so you're already in this weird, bizarro land of awesome. Old German folklore. And then they have a sort of a mini Krampus parade happens during the show where 50 Krampuses walk around through the audience. And,
how do we get them to Dallas?
Can't even everybody. Yeah, it's with their Switch. It's pretty cool. It's a really great event, and the band, they're so much fun to watch. And it's Rammstein, so you kind of know these songs already, although they've Christmasified them, so slightly different.
Very good. So instead of Du Hast, it'd be like Du Hooves.
I forget that particular one, how they switch it around, but we actually tried to get them for the movie, for Sleigh Bells. I filmed them a bunch to do for the credits, but the problem was I couldn't afford on our budget Rammstein songs to pay the licensing fee.
Gotcha.
So ultimately, it didn't work out for dumb money reasons. But man, I recommend anybody that's into Krampus to check out Krampstein because they're just so much fun and it's just such a bizarre thing. It's like I don't know, like this year's version, not this year, but the season's Guar, you know.
Agreed. Yes.
Sold.
And also, look, if you're into Krampus, you will love Merry Christmas, our event at Gas Monkey on December 14th. Cue Jason. And this event is only $8. I've got tickets, and I've got them. I've got physical tickets printed to where you can just buy them from me without the service fee. But that's on the 14th of December. We're gonna have a band play, but it's mainly going to be just a gothic dance night with vendors, and you can buy your pagan gifts and also tarot card readers and the like. So
I like the Satanic Confessional booth. I think that's
the Satanic Confessional booth because
that's awesome.
that
speaks to really me. Have a Satanic Confession. Can you live stream that? That would be really.
Dear
nice.
Satan, I have prayed. Please forgive me.
So here's what I'm thinking for the Satanic Confessional booth. Do you think we should just have people just confess, on the microphone to everybody what they've done?
Is there a glory hole in it?
There's no glory hole yet in it.
I think they should confess what they want to do.
Oh.
See,
instead of what they've done,
that's a good
things
idea
that the little bad thoughts in the back of their head.
I like that.
That's
you can have your mic back.
I second that.
I like it.
Is there another person on the other side of this confession booth?
Well,
like
okay. All right. Good question, Spooky Dan. Look, were you telling me about the order of the wicked nuns in Dallas? What are they
the
called?
Nuns of Perpetual Indulgence.
All right. So will they come out and help us operate the confessional booth? These wicked nuns.
I could reach out to them.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you like Krampus, you will love Merry Christmas. You will. It's going to be right up your alley, and that's an $8 event at Gas Monkey Live on December 14th. So big thumbs up to that.
How long is that going to run into the night?
All night.
All night?
Yeah.
Well, then I will head there after I work the haunted house show.
Yeah. So you probably wrap at 11 or something like that. Come on over.
All right.
Come on over. I think we'll be going past 12.
That'll be a good time.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Heck yeah. All right. Pippy, anything else cool in the chat room?
I have a most recent one from Maria Perry saying instead of Hail Marys, they have to take shots.
Oh, is that for the Satanic Confessional?
Yes, yeah. Some delays in the...
Renomio Sancto Jehovah Electo.
Either take a shot or pour something over yourself.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did this just turn into a wet t-shirt confessional?
You guys got all quiet when I said that. Yeah.
No, I mean, I've got 1,000,001 different
visions.
Spooky Dan, you have to do a movie about Satanic Confessionals. I think this is something that has to happen.
You have to partner with me on that one, Dan.
And wet t-shirt nuns.
I'm with you. Let's
Just
do
me?
it.
Just
Like,
me?
you find the funding, and we'll make it happen.
All right, look, and I'm sorry I missed you when I was in L.A., but next time we got to meet face to face, brother.
Well, last time I was in LA, Dan and I were able to hook up, and where did we go? Dave and Buster's, I believe. Yes,
I believe you, Dan.
That's exactly. You kidding me? That's exactly what happened.
Oh, it's called Dan and Buster's out there.
Yeah, Dan and Buster's. Yeah, and we had a blast playing video games.
Yeah, it's always fun there. It's a actually I don't know about in Dallas, but here there's been a bunch of weird arcades that have been popping up. Some retro, some like super futuristic and VR ones. Like it's pretty cool how things have been evolving for adults.
Yeah, it's going everywhere. Like, there's a lot of these places around here where you
Cidercade, free play. You pay a flat rate, then you go and just play games all night.
If I go out, I'm going to Wits End. As far as I'm concerned, there's no
they have a game night.
Yeah, every Wednesday night we do the game night free. All the games are free to play.
Hey, wave at the overhead cam. Hey, Pippy.
And unlike every other venue out there in Dallas, Wits End won't make you feel weird. Right? Wits End, I mean, it's like your family.
We accept everybody. Even assholes.
I think didn't the Olive Garden steal your slogan? I mean, it's like we're family.
We're
and Wits End, it's like we're family.
We are family. Like I said,
so
even
I
the
say
assholes are welcome.
Yeah, the battle starts now.
Hey,
be prepared.
So, Spooky Dan, if you could stay with us, man, we're going to show a music video now because Matt has launched a band project last year or earlier this year, right?
Yeah, we started in November last year, and we had to basically write a story, come up with character names, write music, lyrics, whatever, and we're finally now getting the music out. Album should be released around February or March, but we've already played a couple shows, and we shot a music video for one of the songs. It's We Are Intergalactic Space Metal.
And
that's awesome.
Spooky Dan, if you love visual aspect, kind of like Krampstein, and that visual aspect of rock and roll, this is right up your alley, too.
That's really, is this the premiere, the world premiere of the video right here?
We released it on Facebook, but we've never done any kind of press or anything for it, so this is the first time it'll be on a podcast.
Would you say yes?
Awesome.
Yes, sure, yes.
Yeah.
Very cool.
World premiere. World premiere. The
band's called The Argonaut. And that's the name of the spaceship that we're in. And the main bad character is named Zal the Necronaut. And he is the big bad guy of space, the Eater of Worlds.
The Eater of Worlds.
That's awesome.
Nice video, Matt.
I think
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Right, man.
That was good.
Dude, that was killer.
And Spooky Dan, thanks for your patience, man. I appreciate you just staying with us. We're just having fun over here in Dallas, and I appreciate you, being with us and joining us too.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This has been a blast. This is cool and great video, guys.
Appreciate it, man.
It's always cool to hang out with you, Spooky.
Spooky's a wonderful man.
Yes, indeed. So, hey, International Krampus Day, it's celebrated all over the world.
On the 5th.
On the 5th. The Dallas Krampus Walk is on the 7th because it's a Saturday. We're going to have fun all day.
And we don't have to work tomorrow.
Look, that flyer said 8 p.m., but get there around 6:30.
Yeah, so the walk will officially start at 8. Walk, parade, however you want to say it. 7:30-ish. We're going to, have, and I don't know where Ed Steele's going to want to do this, but he's going to get there. He's going to pick out a spot. He loves the second floor of Wits End, so if it's cool for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Group shot.
Group shot. It'll be just Krampus.
Skyline back there.
Yeah, so to be clear, come as you are, in costume, out of costume. For the photo, it's going to be Krampus specific. Now, one thing I can tell you is over the years, man, people have gotten so creative with their costumes. I mean, just so absolutely creative, and it is awesome. Right?
I do have a question for
get there
Matt.
before 7:30 if you want to be in the photo. Now, my understanding is I think Channel 8 is supposed to be out there. I know that we did an interview with WFAA already. Of course, the Observer's going to have it all over the place. Was it Channel 5 that one? There's one lady that comes on and talks about, here's what I would do for the weekend. Every year they do that, and I know they're going to do that again. So this event just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year.
Well, I have a question for Matt real quick. Yes. So, past couple of years, we've tried different locations. And some people want to bring their kids as part of their costume setup. And previously, understandably so, it's a bar. Will children be allowed into Wits End for the photo opportunity?
For the opportunity, yes. But I'd like the youngsters vacated by at least 10:30.
So finish your beer before 10:30. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We do not endorse giving alcohol to children.
Kids will have a Krampus
except at home under
18,
parental supervision.
Yeah, and under parental supervision always.
Yeah, if they got a cough, hot toddy, man, takes care of it.
Gotcha. All right, so all ages event. It's free and it's certainly fun. Hey,
it's an absolute blast.
Guess what? Matt has another cool event coming up. I think it's on Friday the 13th. It's what is it, Jason? The swap?
No, that's on December 15th.
Sorry, the day after. All right, so it's the day after the Merry Christless. It's a Sunday night, and
I can make that.
Yeah, it's December 15th. It's the Scary Christmas Horror Swap hosted by the DFW Horror Swap. It'll also be at Wits End.
Okay, so Matt,
that's awesome.
What is it?
It's basically there's going to be a bunch of vendors there with horror-related items for sale, for trade, a lot of VHS swaps, stuff like that.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
I know my wife's going to be down there selling all my stuff. Well, because I have way too much horror movie stuff, but I've got tons of action figures and props and stuff that I'm going to be selling off as well.
Kind of unloading a little bit. Yeah.
Unloading so I can buy bigger and more expensive
How much are
stuff.
tables if you wanted to vend
I
there?
don't remember. I don't want to say.
But go to the Facebook page.
I think they're full already, though.
Oh, okay.
I believe they are. You can always reach out to them, and I believe his name is Seamus.
All right, so the point is, you want some additional holiday gifts? Go to the horror swap.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's horror themed, so that's badass.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really good time.
I'll be there. You want a Krampus there?
This is kind of fun shit Wits End does.
It is. Are you kidding me? Wits End is the shiz night for sure.
It's going to be from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. So
now the 7th.
That's fantastic.
The 15th.
15th.
Are y'all closing down
Isn't there
Crowdus?
also a big event that stops at 6 o'clock on the 7th,
just
where they're closing down that street right next to Wits End?
That's Crowdus.
Crowdus. They haven't closed it down yet. I don't think they're going to this year.
In Crowdus, one that's right there.
Yeah, Crowdus. Yeah, Crowdus is in Ellum is right there.
Yeah, I'm not really good on directions, so it's at the corner of that one road down the street.
So I got Sarah Adkins. She did confirm, yes, she is selling it all. Tables are 15, but it is completely full.
Look, your house is going to be empty after this?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Merchandise.
I hope not.
All right.
Well, I'll just go buy more stuff.
Matt, there you go. I got you back. I got a whole closet full of stuff.
Where did you get a Krampus wine can?
I know. Hold that up. We want to see it.
I was looking at that too. That's amazing.
It's a Krampus wine caddy.
That's awesome.
I love that.
I do too.
Hey, Spooky Dan.
Yeah.
Look, what's on your mind now? Are you I don't know, leaning towards a new project, or are you looking for funds, or are you just kind of into music at the moment? I mean, kind of what's on your mind for current and 2020?
A lot of stuff. Right now, I've been doing visual effects all year for a bunch of little films, and then the same weekend you're doing the event on the 15th. Adam Green and Joe Lynch do a telethon here called Yorkie-thon, where it's like an event to save Yorkie Foundation. And so I've been working on some secret stuff for that, which is coming up right now. And then I'm doing a lot of writing. That's the up and down of writing is you get to be creative and fun, but the down is you're sitting in an office by yourself with your head up your own ass, just trying to come up with cool ideas. So it's a fun process.
Yeah, definitely. Well, all that sounds fun, man. So when you hang out with Adam Green and do the thon with him, or
I'll just have a segment on there. I hang out with him all the time, but
big fan.
So actually, he was I was at his place yesterday, and we were talking about like what different things we should or shouldn't do, and it's every year they raise, I don't know, it's like between $15,000 and $30,000 for this thing, and they save hundreds of dogs, which is great. So we're always trying to do something fun that isn't just the same old because they already have a podcast where they interview everybody, and so they try to do something a little more fun and a little different.
Adam Green, a big
but that's going to be all consuming over the next 10 or 12 days, I imagine.
He he did that tour, was it a year ago, and it was really cool. He brought his film around to various cities and was there in the audience.
Was the Hatchet? Victor Crowley.
Victor Crowley.
That's the one.
Yeah, Victor. He recently did one out here. I want to say it was like 2 weeks ago, where he did like an evening with Adam Green, where it was like a bunch of his early films that he showed, and then Frozen, as well as Hatchet 1.
The original good Frozen.
Yeah, the good Frozen, where he gives me a shout out in that Frozen.
It should have been called Eaten by Wolves.
Eaten by Wolves.
Yeah, because
much better.
That's really the theme.
Spoiler.
Well, it came out years and years ago. I think if anybody hasn't seen it yet, just
I'm going to add another spoiler. The guy falls off.
Look up there's a new Frozen meme going around where Elsa's looking at her hands next to the girl that has, the beef jerky hands. So that makes me pretty happy.
That's extremely enjoyable to hear.
And it is fun that there's Frozen is such a phenomenon, and Adam's Frozen has always been around forever. So I hope kids accidentally stumble onto the Adam Green Frozen.
See, that's the way to think about this. Yes,
gateway drugs,
gateway
horror.
Frozen and Frozen 2 lead you to Adam Green. Absolutely, man.
Rock on.
Hey, look, there's another event coming up. I think it's on the 15th also. So, but look, early in the day, you can go to the Horror Swap. In the evening, you might want to check this out. And these are the final films made by the Merry Scary Christmas. There it is. So that's going to be at the Alamo Draft House in Richardson. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that one right there in Richardson on the 15th. But that's in the evening, and plenty of time to head over to Horror Swap earlier because you said that starts at 3.
Yeah, it starts at 3.
But Texas Horror Cult presents Merry Scary Christmas, and so the film teams have had, I think, 2 weeks to make their film and then turn it in, and they're all screened that night.
That's awesome.
Little short films. Now they have to be, holiday themed and scary as shit. And they show all these shorts that evening.
That's super exciting.
Yeah.
I wish. Is this an annual thing?
Yes.
So I'm definitely in for next year.
Joe and Little
What do you mean, making a film?
Yes.
Great. Sure.
I would love to.
It'd be great.
I would love to.
Hey, Spooky Dan.
Yeah.
Did you know that our Dan over here is a frustrated stand-up comedian?
I don't know if he's frustrated.
I've been on the phone with him for hours on end, so I didn't know that as well as I've experienced it.
Yeah, that's great.
Are you actually going out and doing stand-up, Dan?
Yes. Some of my stuff, I was recording all of them until I decided to. I record everything, but I haven't been posting very much. It's Dan's Attempt at Comedy, which and I have a big sign. Right now it's just open mic stuff. I have this great big sign that's made with LED lights in it right now, the remote, and I do the dick move where I always put myself as number 13, and I put my sign up there, and then as people are coming up, I speed up the strobe lights, I count down to Dan, and for me, that's the whole act, right?
There it is.
Because people get twisted, and hey, it's not my fault they don't know how to do this shit right, you know? So I just get out there and I do my thing. I can tell you this. I wrote this bit about fish fucking, right, that I thought would go over and win the crowd.
He didn't write it. He lived it.
I need to rework it, so I'm going to rework that one.
Do you show how to do it?
Are you telling the truth?
Yeah, no, for sure. So, yeah, and
truth and soul.
Yeah, people weren't digging it at all, which I thought was awesome. You know, they were like, did that motherfucker just talk about?
Didn't you say? Didn't you say? I just blame it on Japan. Just say,
it's
hey,
a
look,
Japanese joke.
It's a Japanese thing.
Yes, it's definitely anything you don't get. It's far too sophisticated for you.
It's a Japanese thing.
And yeah, absolutely. So so that one is that was good. I'm a huge fan of comedy. I was terrified to do it, but I kind of have this interesting philosophy. Everybody says life is short. It's a lie. It's the longest thing you'll ever do. And what I want to do with my life is I want to make sure that if there's anything I've ever wanted to try, but I haven't because I've been scared, I'm going to do it. And if I like it, I'll keep doing it. If I don't, at least I can check it off my list. That has to be the worst regret, don't you think? So if you had 5 seconds, because you've heard these stories about, my life flashed in front of my eyes, and then they shocked me back to life. If that, in fact, is true, we all have regrets, right? I'm kind of up on my soapbox. We're all going to have regrets of things that we said and done that we can't take back. I think the ones that would sting the worst would be the regrets of things that you could have done or could have tried, but you didn't because of fear. So this comedy thing, it really started out with me being scared. I love it. I've had some really good sets. I've had some absolutely shitty sets. Again, I'm going to rework that fish fucking jokes. I think it's funny, right? I did this one about... I'll save that one. That one's for the box set. I did. I'm gonna go on a tour where I hit 2 places that are across the street. That's gonna be my first, inner street tour. That's gonna be posted soon on my MySpace page.
Just misspell it and call it interstate.
Yeah. So, and here's the thing. Hey, do you have an 8-track player at Wits?
No.
Well, then that fucks up what I was about to say.
Yeah,
so
I
I'm gonna have to find a venue that's got 8-track
Yeah.
players. So we record on this old reel-to-reel thing.
Yeah, right.
It's awesome. we haven't listened to any of it, so I think it's recording the little thing.
It's just that nice.
I'm putting all every single dollar that we had set aside for my kids to go to college went into this.
Good.
So
There you
fingers
go.
crossed, it's actually capturing some sweet sounds that are coming. Yeah, on 8-track. Really coming back because you can flip those over, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm banking on that too.
You should.
If you can't,
clearly, I hope someone's recording everything we're doing now, so you can use this bit as well as your across the street for your Netflix special. That ultimately this will all become, right?
Right.
Yes. Hey, help me write something. I need to write a short that has to do with pancakes.
Easy. Let's go. Let's figure this out.
Perfect. Done. See, this just happened.
This
just happened.
That's fantastic.
Would it have something to do with flip-flopping?
Flip-flop. Well, you know what? Okay, so
let's write it right now. We got 4 guys.
Write it right now.
And Pippy.
So, are you familiar with a gentleman by the name of Ross? You're going to kill me. What the hell is Ross's last name?
Okay,
Karpelman.
All right.
So anyway, we were trying to start this podcast, 2 Dudes, 1 Duck, kind of a play off of of course,
sure.
Right?
Yeah, we're with you.
Because I'm a duck lover. I had one until he flew away. He got a girlfriend and flew off. He lived in my pool, and he was a bastard. This dude, right? His name was Sinbad the Blue. Of course, he named himself.
That duck was an asshole. Freely.
And so now I've got a dick in my pool. That's a long story. Don't ever invite an artist to help you power wash your pool if you're feeding them beer, because you end up and the challenge with that is Google Maps actually goes over and takes a perfect picture of the pool.
You want it to look blue.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, so yeah, it's big.
It's just got a nice big cock in it.
And he's an artist, so it like perfectly proportioned. So it's good.
Not to Dan, but to the pool.
Yes.
Right. So, yeah, it's anatomically correct.
My pole was built for that schlong.
All right.
That was good. I like the direction the show's going. I mean, that's got a little bit of everything for everybody.
Yeah. Spooky Dan said, "What does it have to do with pancakes?" We need to get back to pancakes.
That is an excellent question. I don't know if batter
is better. Look, the point is, if you're
is that weird? Did I just cross that line?
Maybe. That's all right.
Hey, here's why we are in a good mood, because it's December 1, and we're taking back December. We're sick and tired of hearing Mariah Carey on the radio.
That's
and
right.
We're sick and tired of hearing all the other religious songs that are pumped into your brain from everywhere, when really December is a pagan month. And we're simply going back to the roots of tradition for December when we celebrate Krampus.
How does that Mariah Carey song go? All I want for Christmas is for you to shut the fuck up.
That's it.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah. Can you sing a little?
All I want for Christmas.
No. Hey, look, guys, look. I do want to tell you that I do a radio show on Thursday night. Thursday is Krampus Day.
Yes, it is.
We're gonna play Christmas with the Devil, which was originally recorded by Spinal Tap. It's been re-recorded by a lot of metal bands and other Krampus-related songs. Maybe I'll have to find some from Krampenstein.
See, I was thinking about that. We need to start writing Krampus carols.
Krampus carols.
Yeah.
Merry Krampus.
That's well, we did that. We wish you a Merry Krampus.
Yeah. Well, I don't mean that. I meant like
kids.
Yeah.
Remember that? We wish you a Merry Krampus. We wish you a Merry Krampus. We wish you a Merry Krampus, and we'll fuck up your kids. That's got a nice, wholesome kind of ring to it, right?
It does.
So if you are at home and you have nothing to do this evening and you get Amazon Prime, what are you going to do?
You better watch the best Krampus movie to grace Amazon, period. I love it.
Your finger is covering the logo.
It is. Well, I've got big fingers.
All right. It's
there it is.
Sleigh Bells!
Wonderful movie. Absolutely wonderful movie.
It really is fantastic. I mean, it's just a fun film.
These are some bells that do some slaying.
Yes, I'm a huge fan of pretty much all of the actors there. Are there any funny or interesting things that Spooky Dan you would like to disclose about shots or how things went, or
Well, I will say this, that this has nothing to do with sleigh bells. And generally, I like to promote other movies and just be positive. But it's amazing how little interest I have in seeing the new Black Christmas. Boy, that's maybe the worst poster in the history of movies. And as much as I like to uplift horror and we're there for everything, but that one, wow, that looks so uninteresting. Anyone with me, or am I totally wrong?
I don't know. I've seen the trailer, and it looks terrible.
What's it called? It's the second remake of the first movie.
And the first remake was awful, too.
Yeah.
Well, it's not as bad as
Black Christmas.
It's not that bad, but it's certainly not as good.
It's one of the first slasher films that predated Halloween.
Look, no, it just looks like a college romp comedy.
No, the original.
It does.
The original.
The original was great. Yeah.
Well, Halloween came out in 78.
78.
I think it came out the same year. Actually.
Did it? 77, yeah.
I think so.
But it's a bummer because Anna and the Apocalypse was last year. All the creatures were stirring. But we had like a bunch of really fun Christmas themed horror things
all throughout the house. Yeah, I think it was last year.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of good ones. Ugly Sweater Party, which is more of a silly, low-budget one. But like, there's so many good ones. And this year, if Black Christmas is all that they're offering, they're going to quickly realize maybe they should make some. There's how many channels dedicated to romantic Christmas horror movies? Like Hallmark, Lifetime, Freeform, all do dozens, if not more than dozens every year.
Wow.
How soon can we launch our own like all Christmas horror channel for the month of December with all sorts of different Christmas horror?
Right. That is the purpose of this show.
That's right. You know what they say, 2 Dans make a right. So what we're going to do, Dan, is we're going to have to make this happen.
And one Rob.
All right, so all your listeners, contact one of us at all of our socials and just let us know that you're rich and you want to fund these fun ideas.
Yes.
We can make it happen. We can get you all the stuff.
And look, after you've watched Sleigh Bells, if you're in the mood for a little more Krampus, I recommend also Saint by Dick Maas, the Dutch director. Highly recommended.
Awesome,
isn't it? Yeah, almost as good as Sleigh Bells. That is an enjoyable film.
It's like almost like an art film. It's so like it's just like elegant. Like the whole thing is so well handled.
All of his films, I admire. That one is really strong. Saint. It's just
Saint. I might check it out.
Yeah,
I will check it out.
I've been so busy. Anytime I have any free time I have, I just watch Sleigh Bells and that's it. As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
everything else pretty much
the other
dog
cool
shit.
one that most people have seen, it's a few years old, but is Rare Exports.
Yes, Rare Exports.
Amazing Christmas horror, Christmas classic.
What a weird movie and great movie that is. Yes, really different.
Man, I'm really behind the times, fellas.
Rare Exports a few years old, but it's
Jeez.
good.
All right, Dan, so a quick shout out. You're telling us Dan's Haunted House in 2020.
Yes, Dan's Haunted House, the number one Japanese themed haunted attraction in the country.
Yeah.
Think about that, folks. Right? Last year, we weren't open. The location we had for 5-6 years.
They took a rebuilding year.
Yeah, it was long story. Anyway, we're retooling for a new location. Check that out in 2020. Details to follow on our MySpace account. And we're also going to carrier pigeon. Anybody who's interested, get out your rotary phones.
No. Let's shift to Matt because we want to know when Argonaut is playing next.
We don't have anything on the books right now. We're actually in the recording process. And
Gotcha. But of course, the 7th at Wits End and the 15th at Wits End are big events, and every Wednesday is game night.
That's right. Yeah, and for the Krampus thing, we'll have a DJ, DJ Feezy. He's going to be playing dark wave, synth wave kind of stuff.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Do y'all have a Krampus shot this year, like y'all have in the past?
I'm sure they'll have something.
Let me go in tomorrow and let's cook one up.
Cook one up?
Yep, let's cook it up.
Robert J. Cory is Stiltbeast Studios, man. You're making stuff all week, I imagine.
All the time, constantly. I'm working 3-4 days a week making stuff all year, and we're trying to keep up with the orders that we get. But StiltbeastStudios.com, also a YouTube channel if you want to see how to make a lot of this stuff on your own.
Very badass, man.
Very cool.
Pippy Paranormal. Things going well in your world?
Things are going great. We have a smiley face from Raw Stitches. Hi, Raw.
Oh, good.
Hey!
Hey, Raw. Very good. Anyone who joins in the chat room, we appreciate it very much, man. We are so excited about December 7th.
Are you kidding me? It's absolutely fantastic. Again, thank you so much for Wits for letting Wits be the Krampus Central.
Anytime.
We greatly appreciate it.
That's well said. Yeah,
we
Krampus
just
Central.
Have a blast. We just absolutely have a blast.
2 floors of Krampus.
Two floors of Krampus. Now, so Spooky Dan, I want you to chime in on this if you don't mind, sir. So there's this big, that's why I hate the internet. There's this great big, huge, I don't know if it's controversy, but kind of disagreement on what the plural of Krampus. You know, I think it's Krampus, right? Because that's a lot of Krampuses. But what are your thoughts? Krampi, Krampaminium, Krampamundum, Krampamundo?
Cramp Millennials.
What
I
would you
think
call
want to add to
a
your
pair of
comic
Krampus?
genius here, this bit you have, because
What's
clearly you figured this out already.
Yeah.
Krampuses, I guess, would be the right answer.
Krampuses
I don't think Krampi works.
I like a murder of Krampus.
A murder?
Like a murder of Krampus, like
well
a murder
done.
of Krampus.
Crows.
Yes.
Crows. It's all the same.
When you have a lot
What
of
about
ducks.
Krampalundo? Is that a thing? Is Krampalundo a thing?
What?
Right?
No,
I think we should bring it out. I think we should bring it out. Krampalundo.
If you have a lot of ducks in your pool, what would that be called?
That's a great time.
Yeah.
It's a great time.
That's a great time.
Yeah.
It's a
the
shitty
cool thing
pool.
about being a duck owner is you could always go to your friends and say, hey, listen, here's a duck pic. Right, I wish my duck was as big as your duck.
Right, right.
You know, have you ever actually caught a duck in mid-flight? You know,
Yeah.
Actually, I threw a duck at Rob once.
He did.
Whoa!
Yeah, I threw my duck at him.
Did it hit him in the chest?
It did. It grazed him and it knocked him down because there was a lot of weight behind the duck that I was kind of shoving in his general direction.
Girthy duck.
Girthy duck.
That duck had a
Girthy
girth
duck.
certificate.
The span on that bad boy was crazy.
You sent it in his
Fucking
genital
blotting
direction?
out the sun.
Hey, look, we have a cool flyer or event page for Merry Christless, and I want to end our show by emphasizing in everyone's brain to keep this on their calendar because it is Krampus friendly.
Krampus.
And don't forget the
That's a
satanic.
great
Think you had
image,
an
by
S
the
for
way.
every Krampus,
I really
right?
like that.
Well,
Go ahead, Pippy.
Yeah, there's
Like,
150
isn't it
Krampus,
just
150
Krampuses?
S's.
Krampuses, yeah.
Krampus.
Krampuses.
I've argued with people all over the world about this. No one has an answer. I'm just going to say that.
No, don't make fun of his stuttering. Dan just is. We love you, Dan.
Aw. I appreciate it.
Spooky Dan, I appreciate you very much, man.
You are
hey guys, thanks for having me on. This is awesome.
No, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, really, man. We, anyways, big shout out to Sleigh Bells. Congratulations on a great release and a great movie, great film, and man, it's just great. And you'll be able to see it also at Merry Christless at our event.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yes, indeed. So
color me there.
Good.
Do they still say that?
No, nobody says that.
No one says it.
I'm bringing it back. Color me there. I'll be there with Krampus.
Happy birthday to Jay. He's our audience member in the
studio.
Happy birthday, buddy. So, yeah, man. December 1. Spooky Dan, we'll say adios, and hopefully we can talk soon, my friend.
All right, later, guys. Thanks again for having me.
I'll be coming out to California here probably about 4 months.
Cool. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Spooky Dan.
Bye, Spooky.
Later.
Tell Tammy I said her scuba diving stuff's absolutely breathtaking.
He's gone.
Well, wait a second. There was a scuba diving story?
Oh, his wife Tammy is awesome. She's really got into scuba diving. She's on this, I think he said scuba diving trip. So every once in a while you see stuff pop up online, you know, with all these different videos of her scuba diving. It's pretty cool.
Hey, one more thing. The event this Wednesday is free. If you get a hold of me, I'll send you tickets, a pair of them, to see Fabio Frizzi play the soundtrack of The Beyond while we screen the film. So this is a free event. If you want free tickets, you got to reach out to me, though, and that is stiltdemon@gmail.com.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, The Beyond.
That's cool.
And this is a spooky movie that is filmed in New Orleans. It's from 1981. It's the darkest corners of New Orleans, man. And it's this lady inherits a house. Turns out there's all kinds of weird creatures in it.
Isn't that Lovecraftian side, kind of?
I would say so.
Yeah, it's good.
Neat movie, The Beyond by Fulci. Filmed in New Orleans, and he'll be doing the live score to it. So, Matt, what else on your mind, man? This is gonna be a fun week, isn't it?
It's gonna be a great week. This whole week is gonna be. Halloween has never really ended for me.
Right.
So, transitioning into the Krampus era helps me get over the holiday bullshit.
The holiday.
No, that's a great way to put it, man.
That is a great way to put it. We just keep it going till December, and beyond December 15th, 5th even, and to the 14th, our event, and the 15th, your event. So
we've still got all the Halloween decorations still up at Wits anyway.
Nice.
I like to say we planned it that way, but honestly, we're just too lazy to take them down.
I love an honest bar owner. Pippy Paranormal is our wonderful co-host. Thank you for monitoring chat room. Jason from Stark Enterprises monitors our engineering board. There's that handsome face. Happy birthday to Jay and all you guys, man. I love you. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you very much for inviting us.
Thank you for having us.
Sure. Yes,
always a pleasure.
Krampus Society, check us out. Wits End, December 7th. Again, when you get out there, make sure that you respect everyone.
And have fun.
And have a blast, man. Krampus is cool.
And nobody hit Dan this year.
It won't happen. Everything's cool, people. We'll see you next week. We're here every Sunday. We want you to elevate your life by going underground. By that we mean supporting independent art, independent music, independent print, independent movies.